Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. In this how to play video, I'm going to take a look at the current most popular iteration of Zoo, which is the Carpet Zoo. Built around the power of magic carpet. After you play a 1-cost minion, give it +1 attack and rush. So this variant of Zoo, it runs a lot of 1-drops. It runs more 1-drops than Zoo decks have usually done, because those 1-drops can be used very effectively together with the magic carpet. In addition to those 1-drops, some of the key cards are Scarabeg, which can give you more tokens, even though those tokens that are summoned from the Scarabeg do not benefit from the magic carpet effect. But they can give you tokens, there's Grim Rally that can buff up your tokens, and there's Evil Genius, which is an excellent card to pop your eggs, get some tokens out, get some lackeys to your hand, and then you can play those lackeys and they will benefit from your magic carpet. And when you have a heavy token board like this, obviously you want Sea Giants to be in the deck, so that you have some power to go tall as well. There are tens and tens of small variations of this deck, and this list is by no means unique, although I guess it's kinda hard to make a unique list because all the small variations are already seeing play. There are however some things that I like about this list in particular. One is that I like having Leroy. Leroy is being cut in many of these builds. The thinking behind that is that, okay, Leroy is just going to stay in your hand, it's not that effective early on, then you have to wait until you can actually play it. But I find myself wanting that little bit of reach, so I want to play with Leroy anyway. Another difference is Arkville and Rafam. Arkville and Rafam is sometimes cut from the list, so it's pretty slow, it comes late in the game, it's kind of a Hail Mary play. But when I played this list, I found one thing about Rafam. And that thing is that Rafam is absolutely crucial in the Warrior matchup. I actually wasn't able to win a single game against Warrior where I didn't have Rafam, but of the games where I did find my Rafam, I won more than half of those. That doesn't magically turn Warrior into a good matchup, but you are playing a deck where you draw a lot of cards. You are quite likely to find your Rafam, and Rafam definitely gives you a game against Warrior. And when the meta is such that there are lots of Warriors around, I think Rafam is a worthy inclusion in the deck at the moment. If you are not meeting any Warriors, then Rafam is not going to be very useful to you. And one final note about the 1-drop package. I don't run the Saronite Taskmaster, the 1-mana 2/3 that gives your opponent a taunt minion when it dies. I don't think that's a very powerful card. That 3 health means that it often dies if it tries to do trades with something like Magic Carpet, and giving your opponent that minion just doesn't seem worth it. In this build I was running 1 Bloodseer Corsair. I'm not sure if Bloodseer Corsair is strong enough though. I wasn't able to get a lot of value from this, but on the other hand I just failed to draw it in all those cases where it would have been useful, so that's a bit up in the air still. But the Magic Carpet Zoo, it's a pretty nice Zoo build. You go in with the 1-drops, you have some ways to buff up your tokens because of the Grim Rally, you have the Scarabeg. Scarabeg can be activated with Direwolf Alpha, with Abusive Sergeant, with Evil Genius. Then you can Grim Rally, get some tokens, Knife Juggler whenever you play a bunch of stuff to get some juggles going. Magic Carpet so that you can give your 1-drops rush, so you can use those rush minions to control the board. Leroy Jenkins for reach, Arkville and Rafam for desperate positions and against Warrior, and Sea Giants to go tall, as well as wide. Plays like a pretty classic Zoo, controls the board, applies pressure, eventually wins. Not really a pure face deck because the rush from Magic Carpet promotes this board control approach, because you can use all the 1-drops from your hand to keep trading. Although the deck does have its moments to go face as well. Alas, I was slightly disappointed at the overall power level of Zoo right now in the current meta. I mean, Warrior matchup? You're mostly going to win when you find Rafam, you're always going to lose when you don't, so even at best it's a 50-50. Statistics show that Warrior is actually favored. I might have just been lucky finding my Rafam. Then there's the Lackey Rogue or Tempo Rogue matchup, and that feels almost impossible to me. Statistics show that it's even, but it feels to me that it's more about if the Rogue is able to draw all those tempo swings or not. If they don't, then of course you win the game. But if they find their swing cards, it's very difficult to get the board. And sometimes even when you do get the board, the Rogue just has enough reach from hand to win anyway. So the two most common classes, Warrior and Rogue. According to statistics, you're unfavored against one, even against other. That's not a great basis to build on when those are the most popular classes. One of the main good things about Carpet Zoo is that it's very good against Token Druid. I haven't just seen that many Token Druids lately, but if you're meeting a lot of Token Druids, then that, on the other hand, will make Carpet Zoo considerably better for the metagame that you're facing. And anything else that you may meet, Carpet Zoo should be quite okay. As for the mulligans with this deck, well, it's not called Carpet Zoo for nothing. Magic Carpet is an incredibly strong card, which you should be keeping. It just allows you to do so many swing turns later in the game. In addition to Magic Carpet, you're also interested in Scarabeg, especially Scarabeg Evil Genius. That's a great combo to keep. And you may also consider Direwolf Alpha if you have Scarabeg or if you have other minions and you think that you're going to need that +1 attack buff early on, or Knife Juggler if you have, again, Scarabeg and ways to activate it. All of that can play together quite nicely. But Knife Juggler and Direwolf Alpha are not cards that you would always want to keep. Then you always want to keep at least one 1-drop. The unconditional 1-drops, Argent Squire, Crystallizer, Flame Imp, Mecharoo, Voidwalker. These are the 1-drops that you're looking for. You don't want to keep stuff like Abusive Sergeant, Bloodseer Corsair. Most of the time anyway. Abusive Sergeant maybe if you have like Scarabeg, but that already requires some synergy that you're planning to use. And finally, always keep Arcvillain Rafam against Warrior, because that is the key card that enables you to win that matchup. If you enjoy this content, then please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more. And now, let's go take a look at Carpet Zoo in action. I'm gonna have Squire into Juggler. Is that good enough? Maybe. Also be Crystallizer into Juggler. Or it can be Coin Juggler into minions, but then it's going to be pinged away in 2 turns. I'll start with the Crystallizer. Let's see. He can't play a 3-drop yet. I'm assuming it's control. Yep, that's what it is. That is exactly what it is. Only got 2 cards, that's good. Oh boy, do I just want to coin Magic Carpet. I don't have a lot of 1-drops though. No, I think I want the Juggler out there. Let's just play Juggler first. I can always play Carpet and coin a 1-drop next turn if I like. That is always an option. He could start pinging into the Juggler. But if he plays like a 3-drop here, then I can play Carpet, coin, Squire. Get a couple of Juggles, get a Rush minion out there to trade. And here it comes. And then we go with the Carpet, right. I could try with the Direwolf Alpha, but I think I want to go with the Carpet. Missed that one. It doesn't matter. Then coin the Squire. Get that +1 attack and rush. It can kill the minion. These can hit face. Alright, I like that. Hi Trenin. Fun game, a little bit. What is a fun game? He chooses to kill the Juggler. Right. Interesting. Well, I have another 1-drop in the Crystallizer. Alternative, I could just take a trade with this one and play the Direwolf Alpha. Then I would also be able to fit in a tap. I think I'll need more resources here. Well, I could also just play Crystallizer and the Voidwalker. Trade with Crystallizer. Before he gets to deal with the Magic Carpet. Can he deal with the Magic Carpet anytime soon? I don't think he can deal with it yet. I think I can simply play the Direwolf Alpha here. Use this one to trade. Use this one to go face. 5 mana. Shouldn't be enough to deal with the Carpet yet. Ooh, Solarium. That's interesting. I mean, I have the Voidwalker, I have the Crystallizer. So I could of course use these to get rid of the Twilight Drake. But I can't get the Sea Giant out there. I mean, I have the option to try to tap. I had the option to try Solarium. What if Solarium whiffs if it brings me a farm Leroy? I think tapping is safer. Then it's Voidwalker, which goes there. And I think I'll go in with the Crystallizer too. Crystallizer. That goes there too. I'll use that one to trade. I'll use these ones to go face. I think I do something like this. Carpet only buffs the minions that I play, so it doesn't buff the ones from the Scarab Egg. Or from Battle.net, it's a Blizzard game. Mountain Giant. Scary stuff. Because if you can Conjurer's Calling the Mountain Giant, he can get a board full of big stuff. Adding 2 random lackeys. I can play 2 random lackeys. Then I will always be able to deal with the Mountain Giant, right? Yes, 2 random lackeys will always be able to give me enough power to deal with the Mountain Giant. I can play that. I can play Evil Genius on this. I can't quite get to the Sea Giant. Summon a random 2-cost minion. Give a friendly minion +1 attack and rush. So I could play this, that would be 3. And this seems okay. I use this, give that one +1 attack and rush. So it goes into the Mountain Giant. This goes into the Mountain Giant. Then I need to play this one over here, right? Could have played it on the others. Could have attacked with the Magic Carpet first. That would have been cleaner. Attack with the Magic Carpet first would have resulted in 1 more damage to face. But this is not looking too bad. I mean, he can have Scorcher there. He can have Mind Control Tech there. He has the Scorcher. And Scorcher is pretty awesome. So I have 5 +6, 11 +3 is 14. So I have lethal. Excellent. So it's Leroy. One of these goes face and gets Grim Rallied, and then all the rest go face, and that would be lethal. Beautiful. We'll give it a try. Alright, let's see. Squire. Thanks, Mel. I might try with Scarab here. Let's see. He kept 1 card. I find a Carpet. Carpet can be killed with Shield Block, Shield Slam. But I mean, I have to try with the Carpet anyway. I can also take away some of the armor, because I can do Coin, Abusive Sergeant, and that can mean that I can take away the armor so that Shield Block, Shield Slam cannot kill the Carpet. I'm playing around Shield Block, Shield Slam here with this move. Double Warpath committed here is interesting. But he might have another Warpath in hand that he can use next turn. That would be pretty powerful. So he could do double Warpath next turn if he has it. Which means that I will play the Crystallizers now. That will add health to the board. And these survive double Warpath. Yeah, happy Squelch Garden. So if he has double Warpath, I survive that. If he has Dino-Medic, well, adding that 6 health on the board means that Dino-Medic is likely to whiff. If he has Brawl, well, there's only so much you can do about Brawl. And I lose the Brawl too. Obviously, inconvenient. And I probably need to tap at this point. I can play the Scarab Egg for some resources on the board. Okay. Let's see what I can find next. But I mean, this is an almost impossible matchup in general, and he had Warpath and Brawl in his top cards immediately. I need to go with the double jugglers. That is the only way. Double juggler and Direwolf Alpha. That's 3 minions on the board. But I want 3 minions from the egg too. So I need to trade this in first. Probably. I need to trade this in first, I think. Four minions on the board. 5 minions on the board. Trade this one in. That's already dead, so then I can go face with this. But another Brawl, another Warpath. There are several cards that can really get the job done for him here. But I still think this was the line. Because I've already seen one Brawl, I've already seen one Warpath. Does he really have even more stuff? He's only 10 cards into his deck. He managed to top deck his second Brawl, so... luck is difficult to beat. I lose this Brawl too. I had 50% chances with the Brawls to get a good minion to stick, but I have not been able to do that. So now I need Terra Farm. I need to start getting some good stuff on this board. Unfortunately, both of these are unplayable for next turn. They are good stuff for later on. So... and now, like Hecklebot, okay, more legendaries. If he has an execute for the farm, then that makes Mr. Celiac survives. That's a really strong play. Oh no. Oh no! Well, that's inconvenient. Fall random legendaries and I can't play any of them. That is not what I had in mind.
You didn't need that, did you?
I have to say that is not what I had in mind. Probably need to go in with this one. Just to get stuff on this board. I've seen 2 Brawls and I've seen a Warpath. But Dino-Matic is like almost a clear. If he managed to find the second Warpath, that would be awesome. Youthful Brewmaster used on that one, okay. But I mean, now I have value. He did have 2 Warpaths. 2 Warpaths, 2 Brawls. Everything in the top of his deck. Wow. This draw is insane. This draw is just pure insanity. He can magnetize Celiax on that too. Well, that's a Deathwing. We need to get stuff going here. Maybe he doesn't have a second Omega Devastator after having 2 Warpaths and 2 Brawls already. Just maybe. The value is so much. Okay, give good legendary, please. That's not a bad legendary, to be honest. I need 3 Lynxes to kill the Celiacs. So I'll play the Halazi. Then I'll play 3 Lynxes, but I can still afford to tap, and I can kill the Celiacs. Alright. Celiax is dead. I'm still alive. He's very low on cards. He needs to find like Boom, Omega Assembly. Everything in top half. Omega Assembly top deck. Whoa. He keeps doing it. That's insane. Alright. Well, I can kill this with the Lynxes. 1, 2, 3, and 4 Lynxes, a cairn. Lynxes trade the mech. And this one goes face. Alright. What's up next? I've seen both executes. He has 1 shield slam left. Dino medic. That's incredible. Does he have something more to go with that? The second Dino medic would be really, really good. That's not a second Dino medic yet, though. Okay. So we're going in with Splintergraft now. I'll make a 10-10 cairn. Right. I can afford to tap, though. 8 cards in deck. How often can I try to get more cards? Because then I will eventually start fatiguing. I can still make some cards. It's still fine. I will tap now. Let's see another one of those minions. He can still shield slam the Grom. I have the option to Grom the Dino Medic. But he still has a shield slam left. I've seen Warpaths, I've seen Brawls. Just Dino Medics left. I think it's more like Splintergraft time here. But I will trade away the mech. So now I have a 10-10 cairn. And I have an 8-8 and a 4-5 on the board. And there are no more Brawls. But now all his mechs have rush. Which is a useful skill to have. But there's no more Brawls. That's one key thing. So we play the 10-10 cairn. And we start punching him in the face. He still has 1 shield slam left. There's 2 random mechs in hand. He has an Omega Devastator. If he has an Omega Devastator in hand, that can of course kill the 10-10 cairn. Can he really have that one too? That would be incredible. Or he could have a shield slam. 2 random mechs. I have 6 cards left. That's not a whole lot. Okay, Boom Reaver. What is he going to use? What is he going to kill with this? Boom Reaver for a value trade? Yeah, but the single links can kill it now. This is okay. Vargot is not very powerful, but I can use a single links here. Because I happen to have a surplus of these linkses. That means that I can push 40 into the face. And I can develop Vargot. And the Glass Knight. Okay. Obviously I have no spells here, so not much I can do about that. 1 random mech left in hand. But he managed to draw a couple of cards. He doesn't have any armor to use a shield slam. He has a shield block left. So he could get 5 armor for a potential shield slam. And then mechs have rush, so he might have a way to deal with like the 10-10. I have 5 cards left in the deck. Okay then. Well, what is the play? Alright, Slam gives him more cards. Dino Medic, unlikely to do anything much here. And we take the game. Kind of like this hand. In this kind of situation he can help for sure. Yeah, true. Alright. Yeah, Rafam is, as I said, it's a Hail Mary. It's a Hail Mary for control matchups where you run out of steam.
What is my purpose?
Okay, so this is a Bomb Hunter. This is... I'm not sure if this is a very good build. He can magnetize on this, but he only has 3 mana to magnetize. Which means that this turn will be Coin Magic Carpet. He can magnetize like a Spider Bomb on that. It's unlikely that he can actually kill stuff here this turn. He can't magnetize a Replicating Menace yet. Bomb Toss doesn't do much. Well, Bomb Toss could kill the 1-3 together with the 1-5. Alright. Then how do we do this? Because I could use Abusive Sergeant. Do I actually use Abusive Sergeant on the Magic Carpet in order to trade the Ursatron? Or do I spend the Crystallizer? I probably spent the Crystallizer, right? Yeah, I probably spent the Crystallizer. So Crystallizer trades the Ursatron. And the 1-drops. I could also get a Direwolf Alpha out there. This would be at 4 health. Getting Direwolf Alpha out there is useful. Please trade that one. I think this is acceptable. I think this is acceptable. Another Ursatron. Well, well. So this is probably Crystallizer to kill the Ursatron, then Void Walker. Not using the Evil Genius yet. I think it's a tap. And then I play the Crystallizer. Crystallizer gets +1 attack from the Magic Carpet, it has +1 attack from the Direwolf. So it's able to kill the Ursatron. Then I can play a Void Walker, which is going to give me a Taunt minion. And these are going face. Now the Bomb Hunter has received a number of mechs. I would need to get something useless that I could Evil Genius to get some lackeys. But this is too slow. So do I have to Evil Genius my Void Walker? Yeah, that's what it looks like. Well, that's a little bit annoying. But I think it's acceptable. We'll Evil Genius that. We get a pair of lackeys. And then the lackeys would have played next to a Direwolf Alpha, they will take care of that fellow. Shadow Bolt can be useful. Shadow Flame can also be useful. I think we picked the Shadow Flame in this position. This one hits over there. Then I'll play another one. Solarium. Solarium is a nice spell. That one goes over there, and these ones are going face. That is the current situation, but there's plenty more where all of this has come from. So do we have enough to finish the job?
Ooh, I wonder what this does.
And this is where the Shadow Flame comes into play. So now I can... Well, do I need the Shadow Flame? I mean, I have 5... I have 7 damage here. Plus 7 damage here. That's 14 damage. Even with the Grim Rally, I do need to do something still. Yeah, unfortunately. So this one trades away the Replicating Menace. I can play Solarium. Let's Solarium first. I find a Mecharoo. We play the Mecharoo. And Mecharoo trades here. We get more minions on the board. Sea Giant is free. We play the Sea Giant. Yes, we play the Sea Giant over here. Then we're going to Shadow Flame the 1/1, which will kill all of his minions. And then all of these are going face. So now he's down to 11 health. And I have a Sea Giant on the board. And I have a Leroy in the hand. And now he needs Ciliax. He could have Ciliax because he has been able to draw with the Ursatron. But I think we got this. I'll probably try with something like this. Flame Imp. Sometimes it just gets backstabbed immediately. That's a bit of a downside, but I mean, I still need to open with it. Or it gets like Coin SI7. He kept just 1 card, so he doesn't necessarily have the goods. I think I need to get some stuff out there, but Coin SI7 Agent alone would already challenge this board very, very hard. That's so ridiculous. Yeah, he had the Coin SI7. That challenges the board. That's my Magic Carpet a little bit late. these are all going face, but he probably wins from this position. I would at least need to top deck a 1-drop, I think. We'll see. And that is not a 1-drop. So I'd have 33% with Juggler to kill the Henge Clan Thug. If he has the Waggle pick. I mean, I have to do it like this. But now if he has the Waggle pick, he just kills the Carpet. And he's in a great spot. Or if he has like prep raiding party Waggle pick. Even if he just has a backstab, that would be great too. Of course, he had a backstab. Why wouldn't he have it? Backstab, SI7 agent, coin. All the goodies are there. All the goodies indeed. Leroy is just weak. But I will have to play Leroy. Because I have to get rid of that Thug now. I might be able to kill these with the Knife Juggler. That's always possible, but I cannot deal with the Thug very soon. He top decks another Thug. That's always a good skill to have. So we'll see. Magic Carpet, but it's probably not enough time. I need to do the Solarium this turn. So I have Magic Carpet, Mekaru, Abusive Sergeant. Enough to kill the Thug, but all the rest will remain. So I can probably kill the Magic Carpet. If I do Mekaru, Evil Genius, I might be able to kill this next turn. What if I do Knife Juggler, Mekaru, Evil Genius? That's probably what I need to do here. That gives me a bunch of 1-drops. That contests the board, gives me some 1-drops to play with the Magic Carpet. So that I can have a chance to fight. Now he found the Pirates. So if he gets some Red Corsairs, and he had has a Waggle pick of course. Did he get 2 Red Corsairs or just 1? Just 1 Red Corsair. Well, that's a good thing. Will he trade? Just 1 trade. Okay. Waggle pick is kind of a problem, of course. Now I need to do Magic Carpet into stuff. So that's 2 attack. This will change that into a 3-drop. Let's transfer that into a 3-drop. Then I'll play the Crystallizer. And this means that I can kill the Dread Corsair. And I can kill the Henge Clan Thug. But he still has Waggle pick, and he has the Captain Greenskin. There's the Captain. And then he still will have the Waggle pick. Does he have something else? He does have an Eviscerate. That is scary stuff. So now I obviously need to play the Arc Villain Rafam. Get a Taunt minion on the board. I can trade away the 1/1. So there's Waggle pick, there's 3 unknown cards. Most of these decks don't run Sap anymore. Oh no, top deck Myras. He just keeps top decking the best possible cards. That's inconvenient. Most of these decks don't run Sap anymore, but now he's probably finds at least another Eviscerate, which means that he can set up 2-turn lethal. And I don't have a way to win against that, right? Did I have a Voidwalker in my opening? It's not going to be enough even if I did. So they usually don't have Sap anymore, but with the Eviscerate, it's still going to be enough. Then there's the Waggle pick next turn. Potentially Leroy. Or an SI7 agent. And Waggle pick, I know there's guaranteed Waggle pick in hand because Waggle pick is this card over here. There are no lifesteal legendary minions that can help here. This one also doesn't help here. So I don't have an out here. Because with Waggle pick he can push through the Voidwalker too. We got close. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the show, please click the like button and subscribe to my channel for more.